Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Hope you guys are doing good. We're going to talk about a very important date today, and that's December 2nd, 2021. This is the 20th year anniversary of the fall of Enron. And we're going to talk about a couple bullet points, and then I'm going to talk about companies that are around today that are actually the exact same thing, just different name, different purpose. It says 20 years after epic bankruptcy, Enron leaves a complex legacy. Couple bullet points here. Enron's bankruptcy on December 2nd, 2001 was the largest in US history at the time. Very interesting. Ending a stunning fall from grace. They say the company has become a symbol of corporate fraud, yet it leaves a long legacy of products and services that we take for granted today. And then lastly, it says Enron's innovations include modern day energy trading as well as internet, video conferencing, and movies on demand years before Zoom and Netflix. I'll do this real quick. We'll say this. The bankruptcy from Enron on December 2nd, 2001 spawned an epic scandal, nearly 24 criminal convictions and sweeping government reforms. Enron became an enduring symbol of corporate fraud. That's really what I wanted to stop at right there. Corporate fraud is a very interesting thing. This world is made up of all kinds of things that are fake. Some of the largest companies on earth right now live fully and wholly on government intervention, on government stimulus or rebates, tax incentives. That is the entire company. And we're talking about some of the largest companies in our country and on earth rely wholly off government subsidies. They are a house of cards. In turn, those companies have started other companies, more commonly known as shell companies. We're seeing right now, as we start to see this economic system start to turn, you're starting to see the breakup of companies, not by government entities or officials, but the companies themselves are splitting up. And people have asked me, Ninja, why does this happen? I said, well, one way a company can do restructuring before it ever hits bankruptcy, when it starts to see things starting to tip, so their business models changing, and they need to actually save themselves, is they'll start to split their company into multiple smaller companies, and they'll be able to put all of the junk into one company. Let that fail. It's illegal. Another thing they can do is put their highest, their best performing assets into another company and let that just take off. You'll see management changing. You'll see in the end of a cycle as things start getting bad, and trust me, this has to do with Enron, shifting of the power players, people resigning. Right now, you're seeing people from all over the world, massive companies resigning, especially CFOs. There's an interesting topic there. But when Enron went down, it was like this big surprise. One of the largest companies on earth, and everybody was shocked, even the President of the United States. And many people listening to this video have never really, they maybe have heard the term Enron, but they don't know what it was. And just like they probably don't understand what Solyndra was, where you had George Bush touting Enron, you had President Obama touting Solyndra. Both completely gone, vaporized. But yet all of this government money got shoved into those entities. Well, today, it's worse. It is way worse than the Solyndra and Enron days because government money has been shoved into so many companies, it's insane. And everything is fake. That's why I tout getting out of the system, out of a debt system, and out of the dollar system, get into real things, real assets like gold, silver, Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying that those are going to be used in everyday transactions. I actually do not think they will. I think that fiat currencies are here to stay. And there's only this new kind of trickery or sorcery that is going to get the populace to keep going with this, okay? Like giving them more free money. When this currency turns around and changes to a digital currency, they're just going to give you free digital currency. And honestly, I'd be taking it and going and buying real things with it, real things of wealth. So Enron is something that needs to be remembered. It needs to be talked about. Solyndra needs to be talked about. And the reason why, they may not be large, especially in comparison to what we're seeing today with EverGrande or what we saw with Lehman Brothers or Bear Stearns. But the reason why you need to remember this, and it needs to get out, and please share this video. And the reason why is because there's so many younger people, the millennials and Gen Z, that do not understand these breaks in the system, these failures of companies, these failures of policy. that led to these collapses, that led to so many people working for Enron, working for Solyndra. Look at the airline companies like United, Delta. There were a couple others that their employees lost all their pensions. That was it. You need to remember these because remember, you can only see as far into the future as you can look back into the past. It is very vital. So please share this video because the younger generations need to hear these stories. And I'm going to link the article that I got this information in the description below. But you need to realize that there is nothing new under the sun. There is always a cycle in economics. There is an up cycle and there is a down cycle. There is nothing new. If anyone tells you this time is different, that's when you know there's a problem because there's always a cycle. And wealthy people know how to play the cycles. They know when to get in. And just like in Enron's case and all these other corporate failures, they know when to resign. How you doing, Jack? All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.